We are ready for our first eye look for today. So today I'm going to start, I just talked to you about some of the basics of doing your eye makeup. I'm going to start with just a little touch. You can see just a very little dab of primer. You can use an eye primer or you can use a face primer. Either way, like we talked about, either one will work for you. Watch my video from yesterday in case you missed some of those eye basics. So I'll go over some of that with you. Okay, so we got our primer on. I'm going to do just a very basic, sort of more neutral look today. Tomorrow I will show you a little bit more of a look with a lot more colors and blended really nicely together. I did as well talk about in my intro video different shades that look good with your eye color. So I'm going to put a couple colors on that look good with blue, since I do have blue eyes. And step number one for me is always going to be to put down a nice neutral base color. So this is just going to go right over that primer, and I am using a nice big fluffy brush for this. Again, a nice neutral color goes right over the primer and just sort of sets a base tone and evens out all coloring on your eyelid. You can always pull a little bit right underneath as well, so it all looks like it's all blended very nicely together. So you can see I've got that nice base color on. Now I'm going to use a couple different palettes. So first one is this Addiction palette number 3. This, even though I have it, I think is a wonderful palette for brown eyes or even hazel eyes. So there's some really great colors in there. I'm also going to use 2 of my custom made, so you can make your own palettes. So you can pick out the colors that you want to use. I'm going to use a couple of these Unwavering and Adored colors, as well as I'll use for my other custom made palette. This is my fall palette, which I am really loving right now. But I'm going to use this top color here, Trusting. So I'm going to show you a nice look, again, a nice neutral look with that. All right, so I'm going to grab, this is just a nice brush. It is a thin brush, but a wide brush. And this I'm going to use to just put on my base color right on my eyelid. So this is called Tickled. It is a light pinky peach color. It's part of the palette number 3. So I'm just going to put this nice light color down here. This is going to be my darkest color since I am doing more of a neutral look. The look I'm going to show you tomorrow will be a look where my darkest color is actually in the crease and how that changes a look as well. Okay, so I have my first color down. I'm going to grab my blending brush and just give this a real quick like once over. Make sure that I've got that all on there and everywhere. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a crease brush. So this is more of a pointed brush at the end. And I'm going to grab this Determined color. It is all these are magnetized, so they snap right back together. Okay, so this color is just sort of like a tanny gray color. And I'm going to pop this just right into the crease here. And I always do it in the crease and then a little bit above there as well. So this is just going to give a little bit of a contrast. Again, a very neutral contrast, but a contrast nonetheless to the color that I already have on. Okay, so I'm going to grab my blending brush again. I'm just going to give that a little blend. And so that's just going to do a very light color. Oops, I should not have done that. Always, any excess, always use a brush to get rid of that. Otherwise, you're going to smear it into your face and you're not going to like the way that that looks. Oops, sorry, just adjusting here. Okay, back to it. All right, so these are going to be just the 2 colors. So you can see I did a little bit of a crease color and an eyelid color. The last things I'm going to do, you'll see I do this almost every time that I do my makeup. So I'm going to take a nice little dense brush here, and I'm going to do 2 things. First thing, I'm just going to do to one so that you can see the difference. I'm just going to do it to this eye. I'm going to put a nice shiny, shimmery light color right up next to my eyebrow, and I will blend that, don't you worry. And then I'm also going to take This is a sort of a silvery gray color. Again, a lighter color. And I'm just going to pop it right on the inside of my eye here. So this is going to give two things. It's going to give dimension to your eye once you blend this in up by your eyebrow. And it's also going to make your eyes just look bigger by putting a nice light color right in this inner crease here. Okay, so you can see I've got that in there. I'm just going to do a little bit of a blend there and a little bit of a blend up here. Okay, so you can see on my two eyes, I'll give you a look at this one compared to the nice shimmer that this one gives. All right, so that is the eyeshadow look that I'm going for. Nothing really looks right until you have your eyeliner and mascara on. And, sorry, I'm gonna prop myself up here. I'm going to use the Dip and Draw eyeliner. This is gonna give me just a really thin look. And since I'm going for a more neutral look today, I don't want a really thick eyeliner on. I just want a really, really thin pop of this. So this is a super thin point, as you can see, so I can be very, very precise with this. And I forgot I only did this eye so far with my other pops of color, so I'm just going to keep doing this one. So no pressure. Okay, so I've got half of it done. It's always a little nerve-wracking doing eyeliner here because the slightest twitch could, of course, ruin the entire eye. And here I am on video trying to show you how good I am at this. Oh, done. Did it. Okay. So you can see, I'm going to continue to just point out real quick. So you can see a little bit of a shine up here and just very little after you blend it and a little bit on the inside here with my eyeliner, how that really just makes the eye look that much bigger with those couple looks. And if I did want to do, here, let me just catch up really quick and do the two things that I did with my eyeshadow. Okay, so I want to put a little over here. There's another thing, a different thing you could do with your eyes as well. Okay, so I did that, give it a little blend, and I want to get my eyebrow color up and running here. Again, we're just gonna put that right underneath there. You can see it, and a blend. Okay, so I've got those in. The other option, if you don't really want to do eyeliner, especially on a day when you're not wanting to have a fully drastic look, again, a more neutral look, this is a liquid eyeliner, or I'm sorry, a liquid shadow, but I use it as like a liquid liner. And again, a nice light color by your eyes is only going to help your eyes look that much bigger. And especially if you're using colors that really go well with your color of eyes. So with blue eyes, I'm using this sort of champagne color, which it is called Reverent. And it is a liquid eyeshadow. So you can see, we'll just cover that gives a little bit of a shine right above there and still makes my eyes pop out. A different look that you can do is the same exact eye makeup with just a little bit of black eyeliner for a little bit of a darker look. It's going to still bring out the color of your eyes because I have used colors that complement blue eyes, but then this black color is just going to make my eyes look that much more precise. So I've got a little bit of a dual look going on here. So just so you know, that is my neutral eye look. I will go ahead and take a picture of each side so you can see this. And thanks for joining me. Check back tomorrow as I do a little bit more drastic and a lot more blending of different colors and show you the right way to put some of those on so that you're getting the best look for your eyes.